Book of Sirach. Chapter 31. Watching for riches consumes the flesh, and the care thereof drives away sleep. Worrying about business will not let a man slumber, as a sore disease breaks sleep. The rich have great labor in gathering riches together, and when he rests, he is filled with his dainties. The poor labor in his poor estate, and when he leaves off, he is still needy. He that loves gold shall not be justified, and he that follows corruption shall have enough thereof. Gold hath been the ruin of many, and their destruction was present. It is a stumbling block unto them that sacrifice unto it, and every fool shall be taken therewith. Blessed is the rich that is found without blemish, and have not gone after gold. Who is he? And we will call him blessed, for wonderful things have he done among his people. Who have been tried thereby and found perfect? Then let him esteem. Who has had the power to transgress, and have not offended? Or to do evil, and have not done it? His goods shall be established, and the congregation shall declare his acts of charity. If you sit at a bountiful table, be not greedy upon it, and say not, there is much meat on it. Remember that a wicked eye is an evil thing. And what is created more wicked than an eye? Therefore it weeps upon every occasion. Stretch not your hand whithersoever it looks, and thrust it not with him into the dish. Judge not your neighbor by yourself, and be discreet in every point. Eat as it becomes a man, those things which are set before you, and do not chew greedily, lest you be hated. Leave off first for manners' sake, and be not insatiable lest you offend. When you sit among many, reach not your hand out first of all. A very little is sufficient for a man well nurtured, and he does not breathe heavily upon his bed. Sound sleep comes of moderate eating, he rises early, and his wits are with him. But the pain of watching, and choler, and pangs of the belly, are with an insatiable man. And if you have been forced to eat, arise, go forth, vomit, and you shall have rest. My son, hear me, and despise me not, and at the last you shall find as I told you. In all your works be quick, so shall there no sickness come unto you. Whoso is liberal of his meat, men shall speak well of him, and the report of his good housekeeping will be believed. But against him that is stingy of his meat the whole city shall murmur, and the testimonies of his stinginess shall not be doubted of. Show not your valiantness in wine, for wine have destroyed many. The furnace proves the edge by dipping, so do wine the hearts of the proud by drunkenness. Wine is as good as life to a man, if it be drunk moderately. What life is then to a man that is without wine? For it was made to make men glad. Wine measurably drunk, and in season brings gladness of the heart, and cheerfulness of the mind. But wine drunken with excess makes bitterness of the mind, with brawling and quarreling. Drunkenness increases the rage of a fool till he offend, it reduces his strength, and makes wounds. Rebuke not your neighbor at the wine, and despise him not in his mirth. Give him no despiteful words, and press not upon him with urging him to drink. Chapter 32. If you be made the master of a feast, do not exalt yourself, but be among them as one of the rest, take diligent care for them, and then sit down. And when you have done all your office, take your place, that you may be merry with them, and receive a crown for your well ordering of the feast. Speak, you that are the elder, for it becomes you, but with sound judgment, and do not interrupt the music. Pour not out words where there is a musician, and show not forth wisdom out of time. A concert of music in a banquet of wine is as a signet of carbuncle set in gold. As a signet of an emerald set in a work of gold, so is the melody of music with pleasant wine. Speak, young man, if there be need of you, and yet scarcely when you are twice asked. Let your speech be short, comprehending much in few words. Be as one that knows, and yet hold his tongue. If you be among great men, make not yourself equal with them, and when ancient men are in place, use not many words. Before the thunder goes lightning, and before a shame-faced man shall go favor. Leave in good time, and do not be the last, but get you home without delay. Amuse yourself there to your heart's content. But sin not by proud speech. But above all things bless him that made you, and have replenished you with his good things. Whoso fears Yahuwah will receive his discipline, and they that seek him early shall find favor. He that seeks the law shall be filled therewith, but the hypocrite will be offended thereat. They that fear Yahuwah shall find judgment, and shall kindle justice as a light. A sinful man will not be reproved, but finds an excuse according to his will. A man of counsel will be considerate, but a strange and proud man is not daunted with fear, even when of himself he have done without counsel. Do nothing without advice, and when you have once done repent not. Go not in a way wherein you may fall, and stumble not among the stones. Be not overconfident on a smooth way. And beware of your own children. Guard yourself in every act, for this is the keeping of the commandments. He that believes in Yahuwah takes heed to the commandment, and he that trusts in him shall fare never the worse. Chapter 33. There shall no evil happen unto him that fears Yahuwah, but in trials such a one will be rescued again and again. A wise man hates not the law, but he that is an hypocrite therein is as a ship in a storm. A man of understanding trusts in the law, and the law is faithful unto him as in divine oracle. Prepare what to say, and so you shall be heard, and bind up instruction, and then make answer. The heart of the foolish is like a cartwheel, and his thoughts are like a rolling axle. A stallion horse is as a mocking friend, he neighs under every one that sits upon him. Why do one day excel another, when as all the light of every day in the year is of the sun? By the knowledge of Yahuwah they were distinguished, and he altered seasons and feasts. Some of them have he made high days, and purified them, and some of them have he made ordinary days. And all men are from the ground, and Adam was created of earth. In much knowledge Yahuwah have divided them, and made their ways diverse. Some of them have he blessed and exalted, and some of them he purified, and set near himself. But some of them have he cursed, and brought low, and turned out of their places. As the clay is in the potter's hand, to fashion it at his pleasure, so man is in the hand of him that made him to render to them as likes him best. Good is set against evil, and life against death. So is the righteous against the sinner, and the sinner against the righteous. So look upon all the works of the Most High, and there are two, and two, one against another. I awaked up last of all, as one that gathers after the grape gatherers. By the blessing of Yahuwah I profited, and to my winepress like a gatherer of grapes. Consider that I labored not for myself only, but for all them that seek learning. Hear me, O you great men of the people, and hearken with your ears, ye rulers of the congregation. Give not your son and wife, your brother and friend, power over you while you live. And give not your goods to another lest it repent you, and you entreat for the same again. As long as you live and have breath in you, give not yourself over to any. For better it is that your children should seek to you, than that you should stand to their courtesy. In all your works keep to yourself the preeminence, leave not a stain in your honor. At the time when you shall end your days, and finish your life, distribute your inheritance. Fodder a wand, and burdens are for the donkey. And bread, correction, and work for a servant. If you set your servant to labor, you shall find rest, but if you let him go idle, he shall seek liberty. A yoke and a collar do bow the neck, so are tortures and torments for an evil servant. Send him to labor, that he be not idle, for idleness teach much evil. Set him to work as is fit for him, if he be not obedient, put on more heavy fetters. But be not excessive toward any, and without discretion do nothing. If you have a servant, let him be unto you as yourself, because you have bought him with a price. If you have a servant, entreat him as a brother. For you have need of him as of your own soul. If you entreat him evil, and he run from you, which way will you go to seek him? Chapter 34. The hopes of a man void of understanding are vain and false, and dreams lift up fools. Whoso regards dreams is like him that catches at a shadow, and follows after the wind. The vision of dreams is the resemblance of one thing to another, even as the likeness of a face to a face. Of an unclean thing what can be cleansed? And from that thing which is false what truth can come? Divinations and soothsayings and dreams are vain, and the heart fantasies, as a woman's heart in travail. If they be not sent from the Most High in your visitation, set not your heart upon them. For dreams have deceived many, and they have failed that put their trust in them. The law shall be found perfect without lies. And wisdom is perfection to a faithful mouth. A man that have traveled knows many things. And he that have much experience will declare wisdom. He that have no experience knows little, but he that have traveled is full of prudence. When I traveled, I saw many things, and I understand more than I can express. I was ofttimes in danger of death, yet I was delivered because of these things. The spirit of those that fear Yahuwah shall live. For their hope is in him that saves them. Whoso fears Yahuwah shall not fear nor be afraid, for he is his hope. Blessed is the soul of him that fears Yahuwah. To whom do he look? And who is his strength? For the eyes of Yahuwah are upon them that love him. He is their mighty protection and strong stay, a defense from heat, and a cover from the sun at noon, a preservation from stumbling, and an help from falling. He raises up the soul and lighten the eyes, he gives health, life, and blessing. He that sacrifices of a thing wrongfully gotten, his offering is ridiculous, and the gifts of unjust men are not accepted. The Most High is not pleased with the offerings of the wicked, neither is he pacified for sin by the multitude of sacrifices. Whoso brings an offering of the goods of the poor does as one that kills the son before his father's eyes. The bread of the needy is their life, he that defraud him thereof is a man of blood. He that takes away his neighbor's living slays him, and he that defraud the laborer of his hire is a bloodshedder. When one builds, and another pulls down, what profit have they then but labor? When one prays and another curse, whose voice will Yahuwah hear? He that wash himself after the touching of a dead body, if he touch it again, what avail his washing? So is it with a man that fasts for his sins and goes again, and does the same, who will hear his prayer? Or what does his humbling profit him? Chapter 35. He that keeps the law brings offerings enough, he that takes heed to the commandment offers a peace offering. He that requite a good turn offers fine flour. And he that gives alms sacrifices a thank offering. To depart from wickedness is a thing pleasing to Yahuwah, and to forsake unrighteousness is an atonement. You shall not appear empty before Yahuwah. For all these things are to be done because of the commandment. The offering of the righteous makes the altar fat, and the sweet savor thereof is before the Most High. The sacrifice of a just man is acceptable, and the memorial thereof shall never be forgotten. Give Yahuwah his honor with a good eye, and diminish not the firstfruits of your hands. In all your gifts show a cheerful countenance, and dedicate your tithes with gladness. Give unto the Most High according as he have enriched you, and as you have gotten give with a cheerful eye. For Yahuwah recompense, and will give you 7 times as much. Do not think to corrupt with gifts, for such he will not receive, and trust not to unrighteous sacrifices, for Yahuwah is judge, and with him is no respect of persons. He will not accept any person against a poor man, but will hear the prayer of the oppressed. He will not despise the supplication of the fatherless, nor the widow when she pours out her complaint. Do not the tears run down the widow's cheeks? And is not her cry against him that causes them to fall? He that serves Yahuwah shall be accepted with favor, and his prayer shall reach unto the clouds. The prayer of the humble pierce the clouds, and till it come nigh, he will not be comforted, and will not depart till the Most High shall behold to judge righteously, and execute judgment. For Yahuwah will not be slack, neither will Almighty be patient toward them, till he have smitten in sunder the loins of the unmerciful, and repaid vengeance to the heathen. Till he have taken away the multitude of the proud, and broken the scepter of the unrighteous. Till he have rendered to every man according to his deeds, and to the works of men according to their devices. Till he have judged the cause of his people, and made them to rejoice in his mercy. Mercy is seasonable in the time of affliction, as clouds of rain in the time of drought.